Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Fraser Field. And we're well underway because yours truly fell asleep. I've never done this before. The last 3 or 4 games we've done have started at 5 o'clock. Nice running catch out in right field by Giordana. I'm sitting home, killing time, waiting to come to Fraser for a 5 o'clock game. And guess what? It's a 4 o'clock game. So this is actually the top of the second inning. High for a ball. This is Cam Latorno. It's hit foul out of play. So Bishop Stang did not give us a lineup. They gave us a roster. High for a ball. Hit foul back and out of play. Just missed outside. That's a tough pitch to take with 2 strikes. Line right to the second baseman. So a line shot to right, a line shot to the second baseman. And after all that, there's 2 outs. Justin Gavea is the hitter. Up and away for a ball. Popped up to the left side. Easy pickings for the third baseman, Ortiz. Stang is down in the second inning. St. Mary's had 2 base runners in the first inning. St. Mary's broke the streak. They won their first 3, lost their next 3. The difficult thing is picking up the numbers with the uniforms. For Bishop Stang, they don't stick out very well. This will be Lucas Fritz at first base, lefty against lefty. Wide for a ball. That one breaks in for a strike. Hit just kicked out foul about 3/4 of the way down the first baseline. That's call strike 3. John Nowicki, the pitcher, is the hitter. In for a strike. Down and in. Pop way up in the air in foul territory. First baseman almost back into fair territory. Makes the play for the second out. So 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the second. Swings at that off-speed pitch and swings right through it. Dante D'Ambrosio was the catcher for the Spartans. Way up and away for a ball. Held up and it did miss by much. It just broke late. Little outside. Good pitch. Chop towards third. They got to hurry. If they don't get him, it's an infield hit. So that extends the second inning. It'll bring up Corey Ouellette. Corey usually plays the outfield very well too, but he's a DH today, hitting for the center fielder, Ryan Freer. I think I said D'Ambrosio was the catcher. He's the left fielder. Colby Magliozzi is the catcher. The runner takes off, got a good pitch to run on. They'll throw a little bit wide the left field side of second base. D'Ambrosio is in with a stolen base. So Smhs has a runner in scoring position with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Up and away for a ball. Justin Gavay is on the mound, the lefty. Missing wide for a ball. So it's Seamus Marshall. We thought it was 5. It's 15. It's hard to pick up the numbers with the uniforms. Hit in the air, long run, not going to get there. It's going to go out of play up in the seats. They've got almost like Lynn English uniforms with the gray and maroon, but the maroon numbers, it's hard to pick up the numbers on the back. That was almost a balk. It almost looked like he was starting to pitch to home plate and stopped and turned to throw to second. Gets him. So he gives up the hit. But they leave a base runner again in scoring position. We played 2 here at Frazier Field. Still dead even, 0-0. Top of the 3rd inning. 0-0 here at Frazier Field. John Nowicki on the mound for St. Mary's. Up and away for a ball. Frankie Manning is the hitter. High and tight for a ball. In for a strike. I started to say St. Mary's won their first 3, lost their next 3. And the difference was the bats kind of went silent. In 2 of those 3 games they lost a very tough game to Austin Prep in 10 innings. And then he was shut out. They jammed him, and he popped it back and hit the screen. Good pitch by Nowicki. Had him fooled. The ball was almost by him when he swung the bat. Chopped at that one. It was up and in. I talked about the English colors. The coach for Stang is wearing the same identical jacket that the coaches wear at English as they get Manning swinging. Again, I apologize. I won't have all the stats because I missed a full inning, and I apologize for that. No, absolutely no reason. Up and away for a ball. And I would have been even later, but Mr. Billingsley let me park my car inside Frazier Field, which is the parking lot was filled. I would have had to drive around looking for a spot. And he very politely walked to my car and said, "You're a little bit late." And I said, "Yes, I am." He said, "You can stay here." I said, "Thank you very much." That one just missed outside. They check with the base umpire. He tried to hold up. This is Hayden Duke, by the way. He tried to hold up. They checked with the base umpire. Said no, he swung, and it looked like he certainly did. Hit foul back and out of play. Brian Rose is the head coach for Bishop Stang. Derek Dana, longtime coach for St. Mary's. Chase that off-speed pitch. Magliozzi will have to throw him out at first. So back-to-back strikeouts. Ryan Jones, the hitter. In for a strike. So the difference in the games they lost, they couldn't get the bats going. The games they won, they won a game yesterday, put 14 on the board. Another nice curveball for a strike. They won the first game huge over, I think it was Fenwick. Yeah, another 9-0 shutout. But as I mentioned, 2 of the 3 games they lost, they only got 1 run in 17 innings. The 1 run came in the 10-inning loss. Nice inning by Nowicki as he strikes out the side swinging. Well, St. Mary's with a chance to get on the board. They'll have the top of the order coming up as we'll start the bottom of the third. This Catholic Central League action. This is Bishop Stang and Bishop Fee in their first year playing in the Catholic Central League with St. Mary's and Fenwick and Arlington Catholic. It's a long trip for Stang and Fenwick to make. Coming all the way here to Lynn, they have to. St. Mary says he only has to go to Stang and Feehan once. Feehan and Stang have to come here for St. Mary's, then have to come virtually here for Fenwick. Seamus Marshall will start his 3rd inning of work. Got a little difficulty in the first inning. St. Mary's had 2nd and 3rd, but he got out of it. He gave up a 2-out single to D'Ambrosio. He stole 2nd, but that's as far as he got because he struck out the last hitter. So it would be Evan Cabral leading off. Evan Cabral did a great job in the Austin Prep game. Austin was a very good team. He virtually shut them down. St. Mary's lost that in 10 innings, but St. Mary's leading 1-0. The tying run scored when the hitter struck out. But he struck out and the ball went off the catcher's glove and he was able to reach first base. Stole 2nd and got sacrificed to 3rd and scored on a base hit. And that was the 1 run that Austin Prep got. It denied Cabral a win. That's a nice play by the third baseman. He had to back up and play the high hop, and then had to make a long throw across the diamond, and they get Cabral for the first out. Magliozzi. Down and in for a ball. Taking over the catching duties for the team this year. Hit into right field. That's a fair ball. That's going to be extra bases. Easily into second base. He went the other way with it, just over the first baseman's head, just inside the right field foul line. And he's in scoring position with one out for Daniil Ortiz, who's swinging a pretty good bat for the Spartans. So Smhs the chance to dent the scoreboard first. You may have noticed, I'll bring it to your attention if you haven't, the fans are now losing room out in the outfield because the Navigators will be starting in a little more than a month. Are starting to put up signs, advertising signs out in the outfield fences. Left center field is open. Right center field is open. Right field a little bit, but left field, virtual right field. Shot, that's going to score a run. That's a base hit into right center field. Ortiz comes up big. So with one out, a double by Magliozzi, an RBI single by Ortiz. We told you, he's swinging a good bat. Smhs gets on the scoreboard. That was a shot just to the right of second base. As soon as you saw it going, you knew it was going to be a long run for the center fielder to go get it. So there's no question the runner at second was going to score. So Magliozzi and Ortiz combined to give Smhs a 1-0 lead. Solidly hit the left field, backing up. Left fielder had to back up a long way. Terrence Moyne hit that solidly. And it's tracked down in left field for the second out. Again, I apologize. We asked Bishop Stang for a lineup. They gave us a roster, so we don't know who's playing what positions, and it's virtually impossible to pick up the numbers, especially from the distance. And when they hit and we get their numbers, it doesn't help because that doesn't tell us what position it was. Another solid shot to left field. This is over the left fielder's head. What a great play. No, he didn't. I thought he caught it. It looked like he caught it, and he bobbled it. And it's a triple for Giardina. It looked like the left fielder made a great catch. He was circling and circling. That was like about a half a step away from hitting the fence on the fly. It looked like he caught it. At the last minute, went off his glove. Giardina gets a 2-out triple. That was scorched. So Ortiz, who knocked in the first run, scores the second one. And it's 2-0 to Spartans. That was a shot and a half. That didn't miss by much from leaving the ballpark. I thought that was an ESPN highlight because initially it looked like he caught it. Kept circling, turning, right, left, finally reached over his shoulder, had it. And it just, at the last second, just popped off his glove. Giardina's got a triple and an RBI. Way up and in to Fritz, who was called out on strikes his first time. Hit foul to the backstop. Up and away for a ball. Waves at that pitch for strike three. Well, St. Mary's, the damage is done for the Spartans. He had 2 extra base hits in the inning. A double with 1 out by Magliozzi, who scored the first run. A triple by Giardina, who knocked in Ortiz, who singled in Magliozzi. And Nowicki will take the mound, starting the 4th inning with a lead for the first time, as St. Mary's leads Stang 2-0 at the end of 3. Ben Saunders will lead it off. High and tight for a ball. Hit in the air. Center fielder Ryan Fair coming on makes the play. One up, one down in the 4th. This is Brian LeBoff. They list him as a third baseman, so I think he was the one that made that play on Avon Cabral. He had to back up and play a hop deep at third base and had to make the long throw and threw Cabral out. Very nice defensive play. Big hop to the shortstop. Cabral makes the play over to Fritz. This will be the pitcher. Seamus Marshall throws left, bats right. Hit foul off the catcher. Down and away, Magliozzi with the nice stop had a bounce away to his right to block that one. Action again going on over at Manning Field, lacrosse. Never a dull moment between these two fields. High and tight for a ball. High again for a ball. Hit up the middle for a base hit. 2-out single will bring the tying run to home plate. Max Broport. In for a strike. Nowicki was ready, but The batter stepped out, got down. Hit right to the first baseman. Easy pickings for Lucas Fritz, so the 2-out single doesn't hurt. Stang is down in the fourth. We're halfway through the ball game with St. Mary's leading it 2-0, getting their 2 runs. In the third, a solid shot by Fritz after Magliozzi found a spot over the first baseman's head just inside the foul line for a double. But then Giardina came as close as you can come to hitting it out of the park without hitting it out of the park. The left fielder went back, looked like he had it. He was inches away from the fence. Probably had to worry about running into the fence. Giardina wound up with a triple and RBI, and that gave St. Mary's their 2-0 lead. They threatened in the first with 2 on, but the pitcher, Marshall, got out of it. St. Mary's, it'll be 7, 8, and 9. John Nowicki, the pitcher. Dante D'Ambrosio, the catcher. And Corey Ouellette, the DH, hitting for the center fielder, Ryan Freer. St. Mary's well into the season. This is their 8th game. We mentioned they won their first 3, lost the next 3. They had the bats working yesterday, putting up 14 runs. I believe that was against Mattignon. Popped up. Shortstop going back, gives way to the center fielder. So 1 pitch, 1 out. Dante D'Ambrosio got a base hit with 2 outs in the second, stole second, but got stranded there. High for a ball. Step back, popped it up, and the first baseman makes a diving catch. If he doesn't make that play, D'Ambrosio's at first base because there's nobody there. He went over in front of the second baseman, slid and picked that one off the turf. Again, I'd like to give him credit, but we can't pick up the numbers. Popped up, bounces in front of the center fielder behind the shortstop. Ouellette gets a 2-out single. He'll bring up the top of the order, Avon Cabral. High and tight for a ball. That was in for a strike on the inside corner. Cabral had been batting in the 3rd spot through the few games. They moved him to the leadoff spot. Big jump at first base. They can't throw him out. Ouellette got a huge jump. So it's the second time they've got a 2-out single and stole second base. high in the air behind home plate, circling the catcher. Nice job. That's Ryan Jones with the play. So St. Mary's is down. The one out single and the two out single and the stolen base doesn't hurt. We've completed 4 here at Frazier Field. St. Mary's leading Bishop Stang 2-0. Cam Letourneau is the hitter. Takes it high for a ball. Hit solidly to short. Cabral. Nice play. Good strong throw. He throws Letourneau out for the first out in the 5th inning. Justin Gavay. In for a strike. Good pitch on the corner. Down and in for a ball. All the teams are now virtually on the same schedule for the first time in a very long time, or ever. Solid shot to center field. It's going to bounce for a base hit. English and Classical moving over to the Greater Boston League started late, so they were playing basketball and hockey when Tech and St. Mary's were playing football. Now English and Classical just finished up football about a week ago. We mentioned this is St. Mary's 8th baseball game. English and Classical are having tryouts this week. Friday will be the first baseball games for English and Classical, and softball as well. Tech has been going for a while. They played a few games. They played 5 or 6. The runner takes off, got a great pitch to run on. Way up in the air. Not only was he a great pitch to run on, it went high over the head of Magliozzi. He got a glove on it but couldn't stop it. So it's a wild pitch. He virtually had the bag stolen, so you could either give him a stolen base or a wild pitch. We got both on that play. The ball went to the backstop. Swing and a miss. This is Frankie Mannon. His last up, he struck out swinging his last trip. Hit in the left field for a base hit. That's going to score a run, and now it gets off the left fielder's glove, and the runner's going to reach second. So Mannon with a solid shot gets an RBI. And the error in the outfield allows the runner to go to second base. They made an appeal at third. They thought the runner missed third. The umpire said no. Hayden Duke is the hitter. Last time up, he struck out swinging. So the tying run at second. Hit foul back to the backstop. Nice stop by Magliozzi. So a tip of the hat to the athletic directors. There have been games canceled because of COVID. The schedule bounced around. They couldn't play games. There were special trying to play one game, couldn't play. Trying to play another team, couldn't play. Finally got a third team to play. Solid shot into left center field. That's going to tie the game up. Bobbled again, but so Duke with a solid RBI. So Stang has tied it up. But in 1 week, Edo Graciali, the AD at Tech, had a bounce around to find a football game, and he was supposed to play at home on Friday night. He wound up playing away on Friday night after getting on the phone trying to find somebody to play. Off Magliozzi, the wild pitch, moves the runner into scoring position. Then again on Monday, he had to find, luckily, the soccer coach at Tech, his son is a soccer coach at Classical, and they were just starting, so they got Classical to play Tech before Classical opened the Greater Boston League season because Greater Lawrence canceled out because of COVID. And then Jeff Newhall, the AD at St. Mary's, had to got a call canceling Washington Prep on Friday, replaced him with Drinan, had that wiped out, and then replaced that one with Somerset, and he had to go to Somerset on Saturday. And we're going to get a change on the mound. So again, a tip of the hat to the ADs who they earned their money. This phase 1 and 2, as they call it, hasn't really been a season because they've been playing like football. English Classical played 4 games. Everett, who I do their football games, they played 3. They only played like 7 basketball games. St. Mary's girls played 23 basketball games. That's astonishing. So after a quick out, a single, a wild pitch, a single and an error. The run scored. The error put the runner at second. Now an RBI single ties the game, and a wild pitch puts the go-ahead run at second base with 1 out here in the 5th. Terrence Moynihan is going to be the new pitcher. Assuming that Nowicki is going to go to second base. So Moynihan will be the new pitcher. And he'll face Ryan Jones. Ryan was one of the 3 consecutive strikeouts. All 3 swinging in the 3rd inning, and Nowicki blowing him away in the 3rd inning, but they got to him here in the 4th after an out. 3 straight hits, an error, and a wild pitch. Actually, 2 wild pitches. And it's 2-2, and the go-ahead run at second base. Nice stop by Magliozzi. Up and away for a ball. Hit into left field. It gets by the left fielder. The throw to third won't be in time. A triple for Jones. He hit all of that one. Left fielder tried to make a shoestring catch. So Bishop Stang waited till the fifth inning to get going, but boy, they got going. 4 straight hits after an out. They've taken the lead at 3-2. Ben Saunders is the hitter. Last time up, he flied to center field. He would take that now. With 1 out, he's looking for a hit, but he'll take the fly to center because it could get him an RBI. St. Mary's brings the infield in. Virtually everybody up on the turf. I don't know if he was pointing that was outside or if he was saying that was a strike. Pitching from the stretch. Up the middle for a base hit. Infield drawn in. Five straight hits. Ben LeBouf. Grounded out short to first his last time up. Hit it hard, but hit it right at the shortstop. The runner got a big jump easily into second base. The throw went out at the center field, but he slid into second, so he can't go anywhere. They're getting a big jump off the bag. They're not holding the runners. Hit foul, out of play. Foul tip, nice try. Magliozzi held on. Two away. Seamus Marshall, the pitcher. He got a base hit his last time up. Nice stop again by Magliozzi. Up and away for a ball. High again for a ball. Good pitch for a strike. St. Mary's thought they had him. Cabral put the tag on Saunders. Hit foul, out of play. Stang has brought a couple of fans. Scattering of St. Mary's fans, not bad. For a 4 o'clock start that I totally forgot. Strike 3 called. He started at first base like he was going to get a walk, and the umpire said, no, that's strike 3. But the damage done. They got a quick out on a ground to short. 5 straight base hits. An error, a couple of wild pitches. And they said, well, St. Mary's, we'll see you at 2 and we'll raise you 2. As it's now 4-2 going into the bottom of the 5th inning. St. Mary's will have 2, 3, and 4. And again, I've been doing it every game now, and I'm going to keep doing it because I think everybody deserves an awful lot of credit. So many people have made this possible that now, especially for baseball and softball, they haven't played in, this is 2 years. They didn't play a game last year. Everything was out because of the virus. And now they're coming back, and they will be the first sport, baseball, softball, to play through the state tournament. And it's going to go all the way through for the state tournament, unless something drastic happens. But all the other sports, basketball came back, hockey came back, even though it was, phase 1, phase 2, it was, a short season. They didn't play a full 20 games. It got the people back on the field, on the ice, on the court. It got some of the people back to work, and there was an awful lot of credit to be passed around with doctors, nurses, healthcare workers, the players themselves, the coaches, the athletic directors, the teachers, the principals, working hard to try and get everybody back to normal. Policemen, firemen, EMTs. Superintendent Tutwiler has done a tremendous job. Mayor McGee as well, doing outstanding work, trying to get everybody back on what would be a regular, normal. I don't know if we'll ever get back to normal. I don't even know if we remember what normal was. Colby Magliozzi, hoping he hit lightning strikes twice. He got a line drive base hit. He got the double to start the 2-run inning. So congratulations to everybody, and I mean everybody, an awful lot of people that gave up a lot and worked hard and did a lot of work, time, effort, and energy spent. And let's hope everybody will turn the corner. The vaccines will work, and we'll get back. Businesses will get back. Masks now are going to be thrown out the window. You can go out to eat, visit with your neighbors and friends, hug your kids and your grandkids and your next door neighbor kids. So let's hope everything finally gets back. And when September comes, all these sporting events will go back to a regular season. So again, a tip of the hat, congratulations to everybody. And I mean everybody. There was an awful lot of people that got involved and got everything moving in the right direction. Marshall taking a long time on the mound, pausing, checking out Magliozzi at first. Ortiz got a base hit to knock in the first run. Hits it deep to third. They have to make the long throw. Nice stretch by the first baseman. Not an easy play. That's the second time. And we believe that that's Ben LaBouffe. Magliozzi moves to second base. Terrence Moynihan hit a solid drive to left field that the left fielder tracked down. His last at bat. Swing and a miss. Looked like a little off-speed pitch. Had him out in front. Solid shot, deep shortstop. Long throw, they throw it away. The run is going to score. Moynihan reaches on the error. Shortstop might have been distracted by Magliozzi going to third, but he was deep in the hole, had to make a long throw, and kind of skipped it past the first baseman. Magliozzi scores his second run, and the tying run is at second base. Hit foul. Tad Giardina, last time out, almost hit it out of the ballpark. He was about a foot away from the fence, off the left fielder's glove, after a long run. He chased that pitch outside and didn't go the other way with it. He tried to pull it, just got under it, skied it to center field for the second out. Jason Donahue is going to hit for Fritz. So Donahue, pretty good outfielder, will be the pinch hitter with 2 outs and a tying run at second base here in the bottom of the 5th. So Stang helped St. Mary's out with that wild throw to first base that skipped past. Certainly far enough for Magliozzi to come around and score. And move Moynihan over to second base. St. Mary's looking for a little 2-out lightning here. Slices it foul. Reached that pitch, was down and in. Little inside out swing. Pushed it over to that grassy knoll. Just got a piece, little off-speed pitch, way out in front. Just dropped it foul. Good pitch by Marshall. Hit to right field coming on. Solid shot by Donahue, almost tied the game up. Right fielder came on, almost sliding down. I think that was Manning. So St. Mary's gets a run back on the error. We've completed 5 here at Frazier Field. St. Mary's on the short end. It's Stang 4, St. Mary's 3. Max Broport. Last time up, he bounced to the first baseman. He was the only hitter that didn't hit in the 5th inning. Down and in for a ball. We can tell it's Terrence Moynihan on the mound because more often than not when he throws the pitch, his hat falls off. Chop foul. I'm used to seeing St. Mary's lineups. They put on Ms. Gagnon, the trainer. They put on assistant athletic director Bishop Stang has got one where it's got head coach, assistant coach, scorer, but then it has catching coordinator. I didn't know there was such a thing as catching coordinator. They got all those people. I only see one coach in the dugout. High for a ball. Yeah, that's ball 4. First walk by either team. And I think we're going to have a change. Andrew Luciano came out of the dugout. He's going to be the new pitcher, I think. Derek Dana out confab with the troops. So Moynihan will go to the bench. Nowicki will stay in at second base. And Luciano will hit in Moynihan's spot. So Luciano has made a few very nice plays as a starting center fielder that we've seen in a couple of games here at Frazier Field. He's going to take the mound. We've had him on TV 15 a few times with Wyoming All-Stars and Babe Ruth All-Stars. His father does a nice job helping out coaching youth teams. St. Mary's got 2 in the third inning to grab a 2-0 lead. That held up until the 5th. After the first out, 5 straight base hits. A couple of wild pitches, an error in the outfield. Stang had 4 runs, leading 4-2. Pagliozzi started again. He started the 2-run inning, scoring the first run. He started it with a base hit, came around to score on a throwing error to cut the lead to 4-3, and that's where we are with a runner at first and nobody out here in the 6th inning. And Luciano has to pitch from the stretch right away. They pushed the bunt down to first base. It just stayed fair. The base runner almost took off. He thought the ball was foul. So Letourneau, sacrifice. Justin Govey got one. He got the first of the 5 straight hits and scored the first run in that 5th inning. Solid shot right at the right fielder. Giardina couldn't have been playing any more perfect. A foot or 2 either way, it's a base hit, but it's a line shot right at the right fielder. 2 away. Frankie Manning got the second of those hits, knocked in the first run, and scored the second. And had a big 4-run inning in the fifth for Stang. So 2 outs now with the runner at second. Hit in the air. Fair ball just inside the left field line. Long run for D'Ambrosio. Reached for it, couldn't get it. Just inside the line. Mannion's got his second hit. This one's a double. And they get the run back that St. Mary's got. So the walk hurts. It comes around to score. Hayden Duke up and away for a ball. He got a base hit, knocking in a run, scoring a run in that fifth inning. After the first hit, 4 in a row, the hits all knocked in runs. Duke up at the plate, knocked in the third. Jones on deck, knocked in the fourth. Hit in the air. Giardino almost ran into the center field of Freer. He kept calling for it. Freer kept coming. Giardino took it away. So Stang gets their 2-run lead back. The walk hurt. We'll move into the bottom of the 6th. It'll be the bottom 3 in the order for St. Mary's. And they need a couple to get back into this, trailing 5-3. John Nowicki, who was the starting pitcher, now the second baseman, followed by Dante D'Ambrosio and Corey Ouellette. Seamus Marshall will start his 6th inning of work. He's been tough. He's given up 3, one of them unearned on that throwing error. They got St. Mary's back within a run. But now he's got that 2-run cushion to work with again. As Frankie Manning hit that shot to left field that was inches inside the left field line and inches away from D'Ambrosio making a very nice play, or a great play. So St. Mary's needs a base runner to bring the tying run to home plate. John Nowicki has popped to first and flied to center. St. Mary's broke that 3-game losing streak yesterday with a big 14-run game. They were hoping that was going to kickstart their offense and get them going. And now they have to try and make a comeback. A little bit different this year. I mentioned everybody state tournament-wise. Normally you would have to go at least 50%. So if you have to go 20 games, you'd have to go 10-10. Or you could go 50% against teams in your league if you played interleague, and you wouldn't have to count higher division teams towards the tournament. This year is totally different. This year, any team that chooses can go to the state tournament. They did that because the teams didn't get a chance to play for over a year. So on 4 pitches, Nowicki draws a walk. Ambrosio has singled and popped to first. So they got the runner on, bringing the tying run to home plate. They draw the throw over at first. Nowicki was kind of bouncing around. And they draw a throw over again. This time he gets back standing up. On the corner for a strike. Nowicki trying his best to bother Marshall. He's hopping, bouncing. Low for a ball. They had him picked off, and they get him at second. He went way off the bag. He didn't steal the bag. They threw the ball down to first. He slipped and fell halfway between first and second, and he gets picked off. You wonder why coaches get gray hair. Curveball drops in for a strike. He was bouncing around, threatening, I'm going to go, I'm not going to go. He went way off the bag, and he slipped and fell. They threw the ball behind him, and they made a nice throw. Way out in front of that little lollipop off-speed pitch. Good pitch by Marshall. Two away for Corey Ouellette, who struck out and singled and stole a base, but it was with 2 outs, and he got stranded at second. Curveball bites the outside corner for a strike. Down and away for a ball. Swing and a miss. St. Mary's was close in the first inning. They had second and third with 2 outs, and Marshall got out of it. Chased that high pitch, half swung, but swung enough for Marshall to get 2 more strikeouts. So St. Mary's is down to 6. They're down to the last 3 outs. Stang leading it 5-3 at the end of 6. Ryan Jones will lead off the 7th inning. He got the 4th hit and knocked in the 4th run. That turned that 2-0 lead into a 4-2 lead for Stang. He's leading off the 7th inning. Luciano will start an inning. He came in a relief. So it's 9-1-2. Wide for a ball. Swing and a miss. He comes and gets him. Ben Saunders. Last 2 times up, he flied to center. He got a base hit, knocked in a run. Hit the shot. Third baseman. Ortiz cut in front of Cabral. A little off-balance throw. Good hustle by Magliozzi. Swan reaches on the error. The hustle by Magliozzi. They threw the ball by the first baseman. Magliozzi hustling kept the runner at first. Curveball drops in for a strike. Ben LeBoeuf. He grounded the short, struck out swinging. His first at bat against Andrew Luciano. The runner takes off. He got a big jump. He's got to go back because the ball was fouled off. He had second base stolen. He got a huge jump at first. Up and away for a ball. Throw over to first. He dove back. He didn't have to. It wasn't that close. One out. Diarra put the runner at first here in the top of the 7th. The runner takes off. The ball's hit the short. Cabral safe at second base. The runner was going on the play. So it's a fielder's choice. They try to get the force at second. Saunders got there. Cabral, really the only play he had was to throw the runner out at first, but he flipped it to the second baseman, but the runner was almost halfway to second when the ball was hit. Up and away for a ball. This is Seamus Marshall. He got a base hit. Last time up he was called out on strikes. His first time against Luciano. Up and in for a ball. In for a strike. One out, 2 on here in the top of the 7th. 5-3 Stang over St. Mary's. Catholic Central League Baseball. Hit the shot. Cabral goes to first with it. So they get Marshall for the second out at first. The runners move up to second and third. Max Brownport. Bounced the first. Last time he drew the only walk given up by St. Mary's pitching, and he came around to score. He was sacrificed the second. He came around to score on the double by Frankie Mannon. And that pushed that lead back to 2 runs after St. Mary's had got an unearned run to make it 4-3. High in the air to right field. Long run, foul territory. Giardina. Nice job. Tracks it down. So here we go in the bottom of the 7th. St. Mary's has got to get at least 2 if they want to stay alive. They'll have the top of the order up. So they won their first 3 games over 500. They lost their next 3 to go to 500, even at 500. They jumped over 500 with a big win yesterday. They were hoping that was going to put them on a little bit of a push in them. But now they have to make a comeback or they're going to drop back to 500. So Marshall will start his 7th inning of work. He's been tough. He gave up the 2 runs in the 3rd on 3 solid hits. The other run was a base hit by Magliozzi, a ground out, and a throwing error. So 2 earned runs is all he's given up. He's been tough. This would be a big win for Stang after traveling virtually across the state to get here. Avon Cabral, Colby Magliozzi, Daniil Ortiz, 1-2-3 for St. Mary's, and they need 2 to stay alive. Last 2 times Cabral is ground to the 3rd. He popped to the catcher behind home plate. Off-speed pitch drops in. Oh, he's used that off-speed pitch very well. Waves at that pitch. Marshall has mixed up his pitches, kept St. Mary's off balance. Way up and away. He's given up 8 hits, but he spread them out. They bunched 3 in the 3rd and get their 2 runs. High and away, the count evens at 2. Again, St. Mary's needs a base runner to bring the tying run to home plate. Chop out in front of the plate. Marshall has to hurry. Safe, he beat it. So St. Mary's has a pulse. Just got a little stronger. Bringing the tying run to home plate. Magliozzi the last 2 times doubled and scored, singled and scored. Throw over to first, Cabral back standing up. Quick throw, Cabral. Back standing up again. That was, didn't go to the stretch, just try to catch Cabral. Solid shot right at the right field. He had to back up at the last moment. But that's Mannon out there making the play. Magliozzi, they get him. But he hit it hard, but he hit it virtually right at the right fielder. So one away. Daniil Ortiz singled in the first run for St. Mary's. Last time up, he bounced out third to first. Missed wide for a ball. Down and in for a ball. Up and away for a ball. Ortiz will be very selective here. He represents the tying run. And Ortiz asked for time and got it. Terrence Moynihan is on deck. He's going to re-enter. It should be Andrew Luciano, but drops that pitch in. Still got to be selective. You need base runners. Trying to come all the way back. Full count now. Hit to right field. That's a long way. What a play by the right fielder. Now he dropped the ball. And they'll get a force at second base. Cabral was going back to first. What a great play. Manning went to the foul line, caught the ball. Cabral hustling back to first. Manning dropped the ball, and they had to throw it, and they wound up getting a 9-3-6 force out at second base. So they still have the timer at the plate, but there's 2 outs. What a play. That looked like it's going to go by. It's going to be extra bases. Cabral probably could score. Ortiz could have a double or a triple. And St. Mary's is right back in the game. Instead, Manning went over and caught it as momentum carried him right to the foul line. Cabral had to hustle back to first. As he hustled back, the ball was dropped, and when he threw it back, Cabral had to then hustle to try and get to second base, and the play went 9-3-6. And the force at second base for the second out. So anything can go wrong in this game is falling on St. Mary's head. St. Mary's down to their last out. Moynihan is back in the game. Last 2 times he flagged the left, reached on an error, and the throwing error that he reached on got St. Mary's a run to make it 4-3. Stang got that back in the 6th on a big double by Manning, who's having an outstanding game. Swing and a miss. They're down to their last strike. So Marshall has pitched well. He's given up a few hits, but he spaced them around. Hit solidly to third. They throw the ball to first, and that'll do it. Well, Stang has a big 5th inning coming from behind, wiping out a 2-0 St. Mary's lead. They add another run, and they beat St. Mary's 5-3. St. Mary's will drop now to even 4-4. And that win that got them off the slide after they had lost 3 in a row, they're back with a loss here at home as Marshall does an outstanding job on the mound. gave up a few hits but scattered them. St. Mary's got on the board first, a double by Magliozzi to right field. Ortiz followed with a single for an RBI. And then Giardino almost hit it out of the park. He hit it one step away from the fence for a triple, and it was 2-0 St. Mary's. And then in the fifth inning, after a ground out, 5 straight singles with a couple of wild pitches and a bobble in the outfield, put 4 on the board for Stang, making it 4-2. St. Mary's got a run back in the fifth. Again, Magliozzi singled, went to second on a throw out at first base, and then a grounder to short was thrown away. He scored the run to make it 4-3. Stang got back in it when it was Braulport walking, got sacrificed to second, and scored on Mannon's double. Mannon had a double, a single, scored a run, knocked in 2. He was 3/5 of the offense, and he made 2 very nice plays in right field. And you just knew it wasn't St. Mary's day when the hit to right field was dropped. But Cabral had to hustle back to first because he thought the ball was caught. And they wound up, instead of having 2 on and 1 out, or 2 out and nobody out, they throw it winds up a force out at second base. And Magliozzi also hit the ball on the nose, line to the right fielder. Nothing went St. Mary's way. And they wind up losing it by a score of 5-3. Magliozzi led the way. A double, a single, he scored twice. Ortiz had a base hit, scored a run. Giardina had a triple, knocking a run, made a couple of nice plays in right field. The other run was on an error. And St. Mary's will now drop to 4-4 as they lose it here after leading 2-0. The big fifth inning, 4 runs, 5 straight base hits. Stang pulls out the win. They win it 5-3. So it's the Bishop Stang Spartans over the St. Mary's Spartans. So if you were betting the Spartans this game, you were a winner. Bishop Stang wins it 5-3 over St. Mary's. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.